Rihanna's halftime performance was bad. Here's why. By all accounts, the Super Bowl halftime show was a global extravaganza. It was one of her first significant public appearances since giving birth to her child last May. In this video, we'll look at why Rihanna's halftime performance was bad. Rihanna is one of only a few actual pop royalty members, and every aspect of her Super Bowl performance laid the setting for a capital M pop culture moment, in an age when such moments are few and far between. The performance also heralded a new era for the NFL and its difficult relationship with the black celebrity class. Rihanna told Vogue in 2019 that she couldn't dare to perform at the Super Bowl because of the NFL's treatment of Colin Kaepernick, but she has now altered her tune thanks to a collaboration between the league and Jay-Z's expansive entertainment firm, Roc Nation. The alliance, formed in part to try to repair the NFL's image following its maltreatment of Kaepernick, has, at the very least, affected the makeup of the halftime show. Last year's was a gallingly late celebration of hip-hop history, and it was the first time the genre was prominently featured in the Super Bowl. When Rihanna spoke with Apple Music, this year's halftime show sponsor, this week, she emphasized that she was previously regarded as a boycott had become an opportunity with both personal and political stakes. The halftime show is vital for representation, she says. It's critical that my son sees it, and yet Rihanna may be the only pop singer who is so comfortable and unburdened by expectations that she can turn such a high-stakes event into a cool and informal excursion. Her halftime performance last night was as understated and understated as a Super Bowl performance can be. No high-profile guest stars, flashy production pieces, or dramatic wardrobe changes. There was no new music to be premiered, nor were there any theatrical shenanigans or cheesy conceptual overlays. Instead, Rihanna stood on a big suspended LED-lit platform in oversized red coveralls, barely bobbing and swaying to her song, as a crew of dancers dressed in what appeared to be high-fashion hazmat suits performing gymnastic choreography around her. Even her facial expressions, which were frequently a bemused half-smile or a winking scowl, don't convey the gravity of the situation. If renowned women used to hide their pregnancy bump at all costs, it has recently become an object of tremendous joy, something to be extensively declared, presented, photographed, and embellished. Few have embraced this transition more passionately than Rihanna, who came out of relative hiding when she was pregnant with her first child in 2022 by staging a paparazzi session in New York City that showed her tummy poking out of a hot pink vintage Chanel garment decorated with hanging jewels. Last night's Raw performance was presumably aimed to accentuate the most crucial feature on the stage, which was the baby belly. Even the pregnancy was handled lightly. Rihanna's coverall belt was hung just below a slight belly in a way that could have been aimed to showcase a pregnancy, or simply to reflect a laid-back interpretation of the garment. It was a fashion choice that sparked a frenzy of curiosity and consternation. Beyoncé pioneered this type of pregnancy announcement at the VMAs in 2011, flinging open her sequin jacket and massaging her belly exaggeratedly at the end of her performance of Love on Top. Rihanna, who is the anti-Beyoncé in her aversion to calculating and choreography, barely touched her belly with her hands, leaving millions on social media wondering if she was genuinely pregnant or if they were having a fever dream. The announcement was so hazy that her representative was forced to affirm, near the end of the game, that Rihanna is actually pregnant. From one perspective, the chaos of the occasion was a distraction from the musical performance. However, from another perspective, it was perfectly in line with the show's anti-spectacle, which felt like a victory lap aimed to demonstrate just how far Rihanna had matured beyond the normal demands of pop success. This is not an undeserved position. Her record contains so many successes from so many decades and genres that she could complete a decade's worth of halftime concerts without ever reaching the bottom of her discography. Last night's performance was a career-spanning concert that demonstrated Rihanna's ability to create electronic dance songs. She's topped the charts with balladry, rapping, and Caribbean-inspired tunes, but her over-the-top clubby dance anthems have become crucial to the language of American party music in recent years. Something like Rihanna's We Found Love, which she performed last night with a stadium-wide fireworks, is as anthemic as American pop music gets. Pregnancy is the most recent aspect of her public character to elicit as much gasping internet-wide wonder as any new music. If any of her contemporaries had attempted the casual indifference of yesterday night's performance, they would have been labeled as lazy or ill-prepared. But for Rihanna, it was simply an extension of her unbothered breeziness. Her hit list will shape her career, but it is her spirit that will leave a legacy. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you with another interesting video.